All right. Good evening, everyone. So excited. We're all here. I kept saying Monday night, but it's not Monday, it's Tuesday. and Thank you all, any of you that are staying up a little later or made time, set time aside for this amazing call. I'm so excited from the women that we're going to hear from following for a little brief intro. If everyone can mute your lines, that would be amazing. That way we can ensure a clean recording. Anyhow, so with that getting started, we are, I'm just gonna mute everyone real quick and then you can unmute. All right, so today we are so excited to be here. We have some amazing stories coming up, and this has really been such a joy having the opportunity to have friends get together and share the ways in which this incredible company and mission have really given their life new direction or changed the health picture of for them or their family or their loved ones or neighbors or anyone that they have been had the ability to really reach into their lives and make a significant difference. So we are going to share stories, but first, what are you here for? Why did you jump on, and what are you going to hear over these next about 30 minutes? So we are so blessed to have partnered with this incredible company. We really are a mission-minded company, and you'll hear a little bit more about that later, but we are the Juice Plus company. And so we do very amazing things all through the power of nutrition. So everything we do has to do with food, whole food, and getting more of it into your body. There's really, there's nothing really hard to understand about it. It's plants, just more of them. And we do that in a very easy way. So we have simple products. The first product that we have is 30 plus whole foods shoved into a capsule. And we just recently launched an Omega as well. So now you can get over 40 plants in your body every single day, capsules for adults, gummies for kids, and our company has the ability to sponsor children. So every adult order can have a partnering children's sponsored order by one of the franchise owners. So I and all of these beautiful women that have locked arms with this company have the ability to truly change children's lives and sponsor children when we help their mommy, daddy, neighbor, aunt, uncle, teacher, whoever wants to sponsor them, get more nutrition into their life. The second thing that we do is we help people grow nutrition year round. So for those people who have a green thumb, or if you're like me, you have a black thumb and everything that you touch in the house dies, you now have the opportunity to grow whole food produce. And if I could turn my camera around right now, you would see 3 really sad succulents. They've all died. And like you only have to water them once a week. But if you go in my backyard, I have an enormous growing tower with like almost 30 plants on it. So the amazing opportunity to grow vertically in a very small area. It waters itself. It puts itself, wakes itself up. It feeds itself. It puts itself to bed. That's what I say anyways. And so people like me, I have the opportunity to grow. And then for all of my green thumbs in the world, they now have the opportunity. I live in the Mitten State, so they have the opportunity to grow all year round. Otherwise, we can only grow about 4 months, 5 months a year. So that's a really amazing opportunity. We help schools. In fact, my kids' school, I'm so excited. We are placing our Tower Garden order this week. And so we have curriculum associated with it, and we are able to reach into the lives of young children and teach them from a very early age the power of nutrition and connect them to plants and connect them to health and connect them to wellness and prevention. So it's absolutely incredible. The third thing that we have as far as a product is we have delicious, incredible plant-based protein. That was a mouthful. You say that 3 times fast. So we have plant-based protein, so over 15 plants, vanilla and chocolate, and then we have these amazing and delicious bars. So for me, I am a mommy on the go. I don't know about you guys, but I have a daughter that plays or does gymnastics, and we're running her right after school, and I drive a lot for work. So if I didn't have these convenient, healthy food options, I might, try to drive through one of those fast food places and make one of the better selections, which is not a good selection. So these are just great ways to make sure that I'm staying on track, that I really don't feel a lot of guilt. My kids wake up, they drink a shake or a smoothie for breakfast, or they'll have an after school, bar or shake for lunch. And so it's mommy guilt is like at a big fat zero when it comes to all of those snacks. And the great thing is when you couple it all together between the gummies that they're able to eat or the capsules, you put the shakes in their body, and you grow a tower. My kids on average are eating at least 55 or more plants every single day. And it has done some amazing things. So those are our three products. If you were to say, we don't have a brochure, we just have those easy three things. And then the fourth thing that we have is our incredible mission. And it is just beyond words. So we'll hear a little bit more about that as well. But we are going to start off our wonderful evening. A beautiful friend of mine, Angie, is going to share her story with us. And Angie, I know that I am so thankful to be doing this with you. So I would love for everyone else to hear, really, why did you decide to add this product into your family's life?
Okay. Am I unmuted? Yeah. Okay. Hi, I'm Angie Nijinsky. I live in Novi, Michigan. I'm a former teacher, special ed teacher, and I'm a current mother of 3, a wife, and a CrossFit coach. My health journey began about 15 years ago when my husband started chiropractic school. We were all of a sudden submerged in a very health conscious community. We became more aware of reducing toxins, exercising, alternative treatments for health, and nutrition was a huge one too. So we started our practice about 13 years ago and started a mission of helping people and families get healthier and sharing what we know. About 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, a patient and friend from the gym, Lindsaya, approached my husband and said, I have something that is so in alignment with what you do and what you teach in your office. I just am so excited to share it with you. Please, please, please. So he always used me as the gatekeeper and said, Ange, you're going to have to go to this event because as a chiropractor, people approach him all the time with products and the latest and greatest and supplements and you name it. And so he kind of put me on that task to weed them out. So I went to this event, and obviously it made so much sense to me. What spoke to me in the very beginning was just I learned about a children's health study, that this company is so gracious that you can sponsor, every adult order can sponsor a child for up to 4 years to get these plants in their body every day. I thought that was amazing. All 3 of my kids are very healthy and they're great eaters, but my oldest had allergies and allergies and asthma. And my first priority was get this in his body, get this in my body, get this in my family's body. But then I started to realize the potential of touching so many people's lives in our office. And tonight you're going to hear a lot of stories, health journeys, health stories of such a magnitude that people's have reversed disease and have had these astounding things. I didn't go into this thinking that I was going to reverse anything because I didn't have any health issues per se. I looked at this as what we've taught people for years is the cornerstone of disease is inflammation. And the only way to counteract that inflammation is with antioxidants from plants. Getting more plants in our body is an amazing prevention tool. And I don't know about you, but I have some crappy genes. I have a long line of crappy genes from both sides of my parents. And I want to live my life in a way that is proactive to just be as healthy as I can for as long as I can and hopefully never feel or experience any of those diseases. What I know in our office is that a lot of people have the mentality of a crisis healthcare mindset, that we don't really do anything until something goes wrong. And Juice Plus, what Juice Plus has done for me is given me something every day, one of the many tools that I use, but to really ensure that I am being proactive about my health. That's it.
Awesome, Ange. Thank you so much. And just love your spirit and your style. And our next guest is going to share with us. Erin Daw has a beautiful story as well, and I can't wait for her to share with all of you.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. Hi, I'm Erin Daw. I live in Brighton, Michigan. I'm also a mother of 3 and an ex-high school science teacher. And I first heard about Juice Plus from my group of girlfriends. I was probably the last one on the Juice Plus train. I heard about it from Lindsaya and Elizabeth and Jessica Wimmer, Jen Hazinski. So I had a pretty strong group of girlfriends who were pushing me in the right direction. So as a college athlete, I want to say that I always felt like I was really healthy. And then as I got married and had
Oh, Erin, I think we may have lost you. Everybody, did she freeze for you as well? All right. So we'll let Erin find a better spot in her home. Let's have our next speaker, Amy, share her story, and then hopefully we'll be able to hear Erin's story because she, again, was talking about being a science teacher and a collegiate athlete, and it really is a great story. So, Amy, would you please share with us your story?
Of course. I began a health journey about 6 years ago. I found out that I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease called lupus, and there's no cures for autoimmune diseases, the doctors will tell you. And autoimmune disease, like Angie was saying earlier, disease starts with inflammation in the body. And I knew that I needed to do something to get myself healthier. I was put on prescription medication and did not want to be on prescription medication for the rest of my life. Just was not an acceptable answer for me. So I began making a lot of changes in my life with nutrition and essential oils and ridding my home of toxicity, making sure I was getting regular chiropractic care and exercise. And I was improving my health, but I still wasn't quite where I needed to be and still had to rely on medication to control a lot of my symptoms, and was looking for that missing piece to the puzzle. A little over 2 years ago, I moved here to Michigan, and some friends of mine introduced me to Juice Plus. And after looking into it and knowing that it was just simply whole food in a capsule, all the good stuff that we need to get each and every day, all those antioxidants, all those vitamins and minerals that are coming directly from whole foods, which I knew I could not eat enough of, and we don't have the quality of out there today in our grocery store that that we'd like to have, right? It's not all vine ripened and just organic or whatever it is. It's just not always the greatest option available to us. Plus, you're limited to what's available on the grocery store shelf. And there's things that I definitely was not getting into my body. So I said yes to Juice Plus and told my doctor about it. Said, here, this is what I'm taking, and I'm hoping to get off medication one day. And they flat out told me that that was impossible and said, good luck. Unfortunately, you'll probably be on medication for the rest of your life. I've never heard of anybody not being able to take medication for this disease. So a year after being on Juice Plus, I went back to my doctor and had all of my blood work run again, which I did regularly every 3 to 6 months. And after a year, all of the signs or markers for lupus had disappeared, and I no longer require medication. I am symptom free and I am healthy. And I now get to spend how many more years, I don't know, available with my family, my husband, my kids, and friends, and everybody around me. And I'm so thankful that someone shared it with me. I had no idea what to expect when I started taking it. Again, I kind of went in with no expectation, only knowing that it was good for me. And it was turned out to be the missing piece to my puzzle in my health journey. And there will never be a day in my life that I will go without it. And of course, with that Children's Health Study, my children all get to eat it as well. And we're just a much healthier family because of it. So, is it going to cure every disease out there? No. We don't ever make that claim. But what if it's the last thing that you ever had to try to improve your health, right? There's nothing I would do in the world. There's nothing I would change. Will never ever go a day without it again, because I feel like without it, I would still be on prescription medication here for the rest of my life. And that just wasn't okay. And I proved them wrong, you know? So maybe someone out there could be the next person to prove them wrong.
Oh, Amy, your story always makes me just like want to well up in tears. I'm just so thankful for your healthier life and your journey. And I want to check back in and see if we have Erin back on the line, maybe if she's able to share her story. I know sometimes finding a spot where you can see yourself and have service in your house can be tough. So Erin, if you want to take yourself off mute, it looks like you are moving there.
Okay, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I'm sorry. Yes, you heard I was from Brighton, so sometimes the internet's a little sketchy. What was the last thing you heard?
About you, you being a college athlete.
Okay.
Yep, right there.
So I was a smart pants. I felt like I was really healthy. Like I played sports my whole life, and you know, I got married and had kids, and I felt like my family, I was feeding them, and we were all really healthy. And then, you know, you don't even realize that there's a problem. This was rosacea for me, and started having these weird things started happening to my face after my daughter was born, my firstborn. My face was really red and pink all the time, and it felt really hot to the touch. And I thought, okay, no big deal. It's probably pregnancy hormones, and it'll go away. And then I got pregnant again when my daughter was 1, and it never really went away. And I thought, okay, it's still pregnancy hormones. And another year went by, I got pregnant again. So like I was constantly pregnant for like 6 years, it felt like. And I thought, okay, after I'm done having children, my hormones will settle back and this rosacea thing will go away. And I had done, in the meantime, things like Proactive, and I'd taken actually oral medications, and my dermatologist kind of said, it's, you know, we don't really know what causes it, and there's not a whole lot of treatment for it, but you need to stay away from hot tubs, alcohol, and exercise. I was like, okay, that probably takes a lot of the fun out of my life, and I'm not ready to go to that much of an extreme. So, you know, I thought, I've been hearing about this Juice Plus thing. I think maybe I'll give it a try. My girlfriend said it helps with inflammation. And what do I have to lose? So I signed up and got my product. And as a science teacher, I was skeptical. You know, you hear about all of these products that do miracle things, and that's not even what was told to me. I just assumed that it was just another one of those things. And so I thought, I'm not going to be tricked by this. I'm not going to do any of the things that Juice Plus wants me to do. I'm not going to drink more water. I'm not going to exercise more. I'm just going to change one variable, right? Because as a scientist, you don't change more than one variable. Otherwise, you don't know what's causing your results. So I wanted to make sure, I was going to make sure that it was Juice Plus that was doing this job. So the very first day that I ate my Juice Plus, I took a picture of my face in the bathroom mirror. And I thought, okay, here we go. And every Monday from then out, I went back to the bathroom, took a picture in the morning, same time. And after just 3 weeks, I compared my pictures, and I was pretty gobstruck. I sent my pictures to Lindsaya and was like, look at my face. I mean, if you can imagine a teacher, I'm standing in front of people all day, every day, and I'm yapping my trap. And I had a student one time say to me, Mrs. Daw, are you getting sick today? Your face is really, really red. And I just was like, oh, you know, it really impacts your confidence when you're not proud of the way that your face looks. It felt like it was sunburn. It had these teeny tiny little pimples all the time. And I was just done with it. And when I saw that picture after 3 weeks, it gave me a little bit of hope for the first time, because nothing had worked for years. And I know that, you know, clearing up your skin may not seem so life-changing, but again, we just get used to these things in our lives, the shoulder pain, the back pain, and we're like, well, it's just the way that it is. And it was amazing for me to just realize how important that food can be, because it really is medicine, and it helped with something as simple as my face, and gaining just a little bit more confidence back and not having to cover it up all the time. So I was on board from then out and realized, okay, I'm going to take a broader look and see what kind of picture in entirety that Juice Plus can paint. And that's where I jumped on board with the business.
Well, thank you. Yeah, someone just put in the comments, look how beautiful your face is now. And I met her with rosacea. So to me, I always thought she just had like the most perfectly blushed cheeks, but I didn't know the pain that stood behind that. And so thankful. And yes, your skin is absolutely beautiful. And you just led us into Julie, who's going to cover what this incredible mission and what this company really is all about, and what our business does look like. So Julie, I can't wait to hear from you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for all these beautiful stories. Everybody has such an amazing journey, and I love that we got to hear that from everybody. I wanted to talk about, not only do we have products that can keep people healthy, we also have another side of Juice Plus, which is our business side, which could also offer wealth to people. So, you know, two of the things that a lot of people are looking for in their lives are health and wealth. And we have an amazing company that gets to offer both of those things to us. So when I was offered an opportunity to join into this wonderful mission in this business, I jumped right I said yes right away. And really, after I did that, because I loved my product so much, after I did that, I was like, okay, well, what did I really say yes to? I wasn't really sure right at first. And so at the time, I was basically a business owner, a traditional business owner. And so this was something new for me as far as, you know, being in network marketing. And so I will tell you that most jobs, we all say, you know, if all of us have a job, they tell you how much you're worth. They tell you when to go to work, when to leave work. And for some of us, that just doesn't, it's not appealing. But for some other people, they really just don't know that there's another option. And so I printed out this cute little pyramid, right? You can see on the bottom, these are the employees, right? And they kind of have frowny faces. The next ones up are the supervisors, and they're somewhat smiling, somewhat kind of frowning. The managers up at the top, they're kind of smiling. And then the CEO, they're sure smiling. He has a big smile on his face up here. And this is what really traditional business looks like. And I will tell you that I am a traditional business owner. So I've been up here, but I'm also, I've worked as a nurse. And so I've been down here as an employee. And so I've experienced, you know, being at the top and also being at the bottom. And as a nurse, I saw a lot of this through here. You know, you have your employees, and then you have your charge nurses, and then your managers, and then the top person up here. And a lot of times it's hard to move up this ladder. I worked as a nurse for 5 years, and it took me quite some time to move up that ladder. And all the while working very hard hours, and somebody saying at a review, oh, you're only going to get 50 cents and a raise. And you walk out being like, okay, well, I guess I didn't do that great of a job. And so, you know, and to get up here, you know, most of these people will never be able to get up here, because this person either has to retire, unfortunately, maybe pass away, or, you know, decide to just step down, or maybe they get fired. But really, it's hard. It's hard to climb all the way up here. So when I said yes to this business and started really looking at it, I realized that really this is the true pyramid right here, you know. And so for Juice Plus, you know, if you turn this upside down, this is how our company works. And I love it. Because all of us come in, anybody can come in down here. It doesn't matter if you have a degree. It doesn't matter if you're a doctor or if you're just a stay-at-home mom. It doesn't matter if you, you know, have graduated school. Anybody is welcome to come in down here. And we are all in charge of ourselves and to see how far up this ladder we want to go. We have a ton of people up here, you know, and that's the nice part. And we do that together. And so what that really looks like I said, ours is the reverse. And anyone can do this. Anyone can do this. We're helping people get healthy and also wealthy. And the thing is we teach you everything that you need to know. And so you don't have to come in being an expert. just because I was a nurse doesn't mean that I did better by any means. I still, you don't have to know anything. We teach you everything that you need to know. We're there guiding you and holding your hand. What we want you to do and what we do is we use the products that people talked about and have these amazing stories. We talk about them to people, so it's no different if you decide to share the latest movie. I don't know how many of you saw Wonder Woman, but I was like raving and sharing with everybody, and that's what we do about this. So we share about our products and we talk about them, and then we share our results, and that's what these wonderful women we're doing on here tonight. You can share your results that you have personally, and then other people's. Like Amy, I absolutely loved your story, and so I would love to share that if the situation comes up for me to share. Another couple of things that I love about this particular company is that we have no stock, we have no quotas, and basically we're just getting paid for our referrals. Again, like if you read a book that you liked or a movie or went to a restaurant, you're going to be talking about those things. So we really get paid to talk to people, and I like to talk, so that works out really well. And the biggest thing that I love is that you can work from anywhere. When I was in the hospital, working those 12-hour shifts, it can be a real beating, and this just allows you to work from wherever you want as long as you have your smartphone handy. You can work from the beach, you can work in carpool line, you can work when you're at soccer game, watching your kiddos. So it's just truly an amazing opportunity. And I think that I am so blessed to be such a part of this wonderful mission.
Oh, Julie, we're so thankful to have you and that description. And we're going to move to Elizabeth. And Elizabeth, I'm so excited to hear, obviously we've heard lots of health stories, but can't wait to hear what made you decide to lock arms with this beautiful company and call this your business.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thanks for asking me to tell my story, because it certainly is a joy for me to be able to do this. Well, just a little background behind me. Before I joined Juice Plus, I did not graduate from college, so I did not get a degree, which I'm totally fine with, but that's just my story. And I worked as a licensed cosmetologist in a salon for 10 years. Absolutely loved it, but it was kind of interfering with life. I started having children, and they needed mommy at home, and they needed to be driven to and from soccer practices, and typically hairstylists work on Saturdays, and that was really interfering with a lot of the games. You missed out on that. So sounds like somebody has some dripping water or something. I'll work through it. So anyways, that's my background. And then when Juice Plus came into my life, I had just barely begun my journey with health and nutrition and really understanding the power of food. And I came across the product. It absolutely made sense to me. And what I was not expecting was this opportunity to share it with other people. I had never heard of direct sales or the pyramid or network marketing or, owning your own franchise and, home-based business. I had embraced many of them, but I didn't really know that there was a business behind it, like Tupperware and essential oils and all that kind of stuff. So I liked it, but I never partnered with any of those companies because I never really felt like, a spatula was going to change somebody's life or, a mop was going to save somebody. So fast forward, when I decided to become a representative with the Juice Plus company, I was so super excited because all I could think about are all of my healthy friends, all of my sick friends, and I sat down and wrote down my list of people that I wanted to share this amazing product with. And I want to say it was like 50, 60, 70 people. It was outrageous because it seemed like either somebody was like really healthy and could use it, and somebody was really sick and could use it. So from my passion of nutrition and my love for the company and this community of women who just raise you up and support you, and they have your back and they cheer you on and they encourage you to do the best that you can possibly do, I just found myself absolutely in love. And the best part probably is that I have a paycheck. And before that, because if you remember, I was working as a licensed cosmetologist. That really wasn't working out for me because I was having babies and I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And now I get to do that and make money. And of course, anybody that's a woman out there that has a husband that's, the primary breadwinner for so many years. My husband was so generous to do that without complaining at all. Because of course I was at home with the kiddos, but now he's like seeing this vision of mommy making money, and it's just so exciting. My daughters are 13 and 15, and they are seeing mommy like say, I'm gonna, make it to this goal, and then they see me do that. And how beautiful is that for them to be able to see mommy crush goals? So in a nutshell, you guys, I won't ever stop sharing Juice Plus. It has brought so much joy and excitement to my life. And along the way, I have learned so many things about myself and embracing personal growth and really just kind of getting after what it is that I'm passionate about and getting a paycheck for it. It's like, it's a dream come true. So thank you for the person that shared that with me, which was my sister. God love her. She definitely transformed my life.
Yeah, I definitely would say that sounds like a transformation. So we're going to go to our next business story and find out why Kate Bowser, what really spoke to you about this business and why you decided to lock arms.
Thanks, Lindsaya. So I think that my business story could not be more different from Elizabeth's, except for the fact that we are both licensed cosmetologists. So I have been on a health journey actually for the past 20 years of my life. I know I only look like I'm 22, so how could that be? But no, so since I was in college, I've been on a health journey, and in every aspect of my life, people would wonder, like, what are you eating? Why are you eating that? How can you help me? So I would always, talk to my colleagues about that. And so last summer, I actually created a Facebook page and an Instagram post, or Instagram page. And actually my friend Lindsaya saw it, and she was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea you were into this. Would you be open to learning more about what I do? And I'm a lifelong learner. I always love to hear about what the new greatest thing is. And my journey had led me to really wanting to embrace whole foods. So when she shared Juice Plus with me, it was a no-brainer. And in fact, before my product even arrived, I had already told maybe 3 colleagues about it. I was like, I don't know what this stuff is, but I just ordered it and I think it's going to be awesome. So I was asking Lindsaya for resources to share with people, and it just kind of made me realize that I am one of those people that when I love something, I tell everyone I know about it. So that's really, within a couple weeks, I had been using the products and loving it, and I had a friend that wanted to join me, and so I kind of reached out. I was like, do I place your order? Do you, how does this all work? And so I said yes to the business. And I was kind of skeptic at first. I really wasn't sure how much I would do, but when I learned that this company, so I don't know how many of you have learned about direct sales, but some companies might give a car or an iPad, but when you reach the highest level in our company, you actually get full medical benefits. That's when I was like, wow, that is so amazing to me, because it's just the company back, walking the walk. Is that what you say? We believe in having helping people live their healthiest lives. And so the fact that we give health insurance benefits to people in our company in this industry is phenomenal. So having worked in a hair salon for most of my career, that's not something that was really ever available to me. And luckily, my husband has always worked for bigger corporations, hospitals, and universities where we've had awesome benefits, but he's kind of always had that responsibility. So when I learned that I could be the one to take that off of him and allow him to go work wherever he wanted to work and do what he wanted to do, I thought that would be such an amazing opportunity. So I've just kind of been sharing with people, because that's what I do anyways, knowing that that's kind of the end goal. It's absolutely helped us, pay off some debt and put more in savings. And this will absolutely be my kids' college fund. We haven't really started those college funds, and I have 2 kids that are aged 6 and 9. So to me, this is the vehicle that will allow us to pretty much give our kids whatever they want, whatever kind of college or schooling, education opportunities they want to do, and go on the vacations that we all want to go on. So it's really allowed me to kind of dream bigger than I ever thought that I possibly could. And I work full time. So that's kind of the other reason where Elizabeth and I are complete opposites. So I work full time. I'm doing this. I'm my daughter's Girl Scout leader. So I have a very full life, but I absolutely find time to do this. You know, I drive for a living. So when I'm in the car, I listen to calls or I reach out to people in the nights. I have my evenings off. And so I can hop on here with all of you. So it's an amazing business opportunity that really allows you to weave it in and out of your life and just find time in stolen moments to do whatever it is you want to do. Not everybody has to dream big and go for the benefits. You know, some people might, an extra few $100s a month might really speak to them. And that's kind of where I started in the beginning. That's what I thought my goal was. And I've moved past that. And so this company's really allowed me to dream again. So that's where I am, and that's why I'm here.
Awesome. Dreaming. It's definitely something that we all love to do. And I wish more people felt they had the opportunity to do it. So Beth, tell us about what you're dreaming about and why you said yes to this incredible company.
Thank you, Lindsay. I will just say that when I first heard about Juice Plus, it didn't click with me. It was honestly something that I thought was great for other people, but it wasn't something my family wanted to spend the money on, because at the time, I had gone through downsizing. It was when the mortgage bubble burst in around 2008, and the company that I worked for employed over 1,200 people, and they closed their doors, and we all got laid off. And personally, I was a little excited about that because it was a job I didn't like anyway. It was with people that were grumpy. I sat in a cubicle. I worked with numbers, which it really isn't my personality. I enjoy talking with people and communicating with people. But it was, I don't know if anyone else has experienced that. Like, you go to a job because you need the benefits package, and so you do it, and they kind of own you. My kids were little. They demanded overtime. It was a huge struggle for our family to make the right decisions. You know, was this really where I needed to be? And then the company just closed its doors. So I didn't have a choice. We lost our benefits package. And again, 2 little ones at home and my husband working more than full time, it just got really, really tough. And financially, we were really struggling. I did go back to work, but it still wasn't making ends meet completely. And so behind closed doors, we were talking about, like, what can I do? What else can I do? I was already babysitting kids in my home, which I thought I would never do that. But that was what I needed to do. I had to provide for my family. I was teaching Zumba classes in the evenings, and I love to do that. But I was still looking for something more. And I wanted something that meant something to me, because I felt like the energy was being pulled from me for my job, and I wanted to enjoy something. And so when this came across, I'm like, that's great for you because we can't afford it. And I ended up having a serious health issue that resulted in multiple surgeries, and it just totally financially devastated us. And so we made some big changes in our life. My husband got a new job. We moved out of state. And I wasn't here in Cincinnati, 2 months. And I met someone else who's like, have you ever heard of Juice Plus? And I'm like, if this has been put in front of me like this in 2 different states, I really need to take a look at this. And I have to tell you, it wasn't expensive. It really definitely made sense for my family because we weren't eating the way that we could be eating, and our health was reflecting that. Nothing serious, but things like regularity. That's important. We weren't a regular family. Allergies, that was something, my husband used to eat Allegra like candy, and he doesn't have to do that anymore. His acid reflux meds, he was able to get off of those. I had chronic inflammation in my body that showed up in so many ways. Like Erin, I had skin issues. I had this inflammation that would just, I won't even go into details, but that has all disappeared. My sinus infections disappeared. But when I really took a look at this and decided it was affordable, it totally made sense, and everyone I knew was going to want to hear about this, I signed up to partner with the company the same day I ordered my product, because I just knew that this was going to be something that not only did wonderful things for my family's health, but this was going to be what kept me at home with my babies. Because when we moved to Cincinnati, I don't know what the cost of living is in your area, but childcare costs here were astronomical. I couldn't afford to get a job. And like Elizabeth, I don't have a college degree. Moving to a town where I knew absolutely no one, I didn't have connections to find a job that would pay me enough to actually pay for childcare for a 4 and a 6-year-old. So I needed to work from home and find something flexible, and this fit the bill. I got to work part-time. I got to talk with people about something that really excited me, just health and nutrition. I worked with my kids by my side, and I made what I wanted to make because I got to be my own boss. So all of those grumpy people I used to sit by in cubicles, those were gone. I mean, if I was going to complain about anybody, I got to complain about myself. So it became this avenue of conversations and exposures and fun and joy. I mean, when you hear these stories where people have had these positive experiences with Juice Plus, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of stories just like that coming in. Stories of recovery, stories of health, stories of just, like I said, when your kids get regular, that's a really exciting thing. So it just was something that it was contagious. And when you really get into the guts of the company and look at them, how they've been around for almost 40 years, that they are over a $13 billion company. I mean, they're not going anywhere. Juice Plus has been around for 25 years. I'm like, how did I just hear about this 6 years ago if it's been around over 25 years? How can you not be happy about this? So philanthropic, I don't know. I just learned this weekend that the Juice Plus company has a room that they store $1 million worth of Juice Plus, and they save it there for disaster relief. Like, there's Juice Plus heading to Texas, heading to Florida right now to help people with what's going on. It was in addition to the financial gifts that they are giving to that. I mean, I am so proud to partner with the company. So, when I compare the two, where I worked corporate with grumpy people and I sat alone in my cubicle crunching numbers, and they told me what I was worth, and they told me when I worked and when I couldn't work, and when I got to spend time with my family and when I couldn't. And now I get to work part-time with amazing women that are on this call tonight, and so many more people who build into me, who gift me. I get to choose what I make. I get to choose what hours I work, and I get rewarded not only financially, but with these stories of hope and health that, man, even if I didn't make another dime from this company, I would do this every single day. I would tell everyone I know about this because they deserve to know about this. Whether they order or not, it's totally up to them, but they deserve to know that this is out there. This was such a secret for 19 years from me. I really wish I would have heard about this from the get-go. So I'm sorry, I went a little long, Lindsay. I'm so sorry. I just get so excited about this. But thank you for inviting me to the call tonight. And ladies, thank you so much for all of your stories.
Well, thank you, Beth, and thank you to everyone who took time this evening to take a listen, and maybe something spoke to you personally or reminded you of someone who could stand to hear the wonderful things we have to gift, both in the area and arenas of health and wealth. So if there's something that spoke to you or you want a little bit more information in regards to, make sure that you reach out to the person that invited you to this call or recording, and we'll be so happy to share. We're so thankful for your time and continued wonderful health and focus on prevention. Good night, everybody.